Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lockpod Season 12, Episode 8. We're back. This is the Midwest Most Dangerous Podcast, coming to you live from the NICA IBEW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios.
Did you see that Phil at the last episode when he filled in for us? By the way, thank you to Phil and Dan and Sherry for filling in.
The CEO show,
Yes, the CEO show. He said that we're no longer going to be named the most dangerous podcast. We're the classiest podcast. Well, now that he brought his friends in.
He's like on his best behavior right now. I don't think he's signed
Sounds like
contract.
I'm never on my best behavior, but Phil is.
Yeah. But like Phil is like being really cautious about everything right now.
The
He's
classiest
not even
podcast.
cursing.
Yeah.
The classiest podcast. Welcome
He
to the
doesn't
classiest.
laugh anymore. He's just
Yeah.
Dude, I saw him the other day. He was very serious. Like, it was annoying. Like, very serious. It's like, dude, I don't know about this. I know, man. He was like, I'm going to say he might have been enjoying himself a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, we just got done hanging out for 3 days at the ICSC convention. It was fun. It was a
lot of fun.
I actually left right as the convention started, but I got to hang out with the team a lot. I got to hang out with developers and stuff like that. But Las Vegas for 3 days for me, 4 days for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe, how many days?
Not invited.
Uh-oh.
Well, it was an economic development convention in our defense.
Yeah, the tail end of it. And, of course, we got to go to the Sphere as well.
Which is
some great Lockpod adventure at the Sphere.
Like, this is the craziest, luckiest, turn of events was this convention. The city of Hammond's been going to this convention since I've been mayor. So, usually it's economic development team. I'll go 50% of the time.
I think that's about right because I was talking to Phil, and, he was always in economic development.
Yeah,
he
Phil,
said he thinks he'd been there probably 15 of the 16
Yeah, I think
years.
Phil's probably like 90% of the time.
Yeah, and you and I
right?
are probably about 50, a little
I'm about
over.
50% of the time. And then like redevelopment commissioners go sometimes.
Yeah.
But like this event is in Vegas. I think it's one of the biggest shows of the year.
It is. Actually, I was talking to somebody, and they said it's kind of a commercial real estate, I think, is the biggest part of it. But it brings developers, commercial real estate, retailers,
politicians,
cities, everything together.
Dude, there's so many, like I run into just random, like people just, I mean, everywhere in Vegas. And coincidentally, the Dead, obviously, Kevin and my favorite band, John, goes to a lot of shows. Coincidentally starts their tour that same weekend. And we were supposed to be there anyway.
meant to be.
Yes.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Like,
God's plan.
It was God's plan. I agree.
Had our business manager there for the first couple days, and it's amazing. And we're going to talk about the Sphere in a little bit. We're going to actually play some videos, show some photos, talk about the Sphere once we get into it.
So I've been to 4 shows at the Sphere now.
That's great. That's amazing.
I've seen 2 bands and 4 shows.
But thank you to Phil and Sherry and Dan. By the way, that stuff about Dan's old photo was really good. So great job by them, and thank you for.
It was a good show. So thanks for the Phil. It's always nice to take a day off, come back refreshed and energized, and so we're refreshed and energized, right?
It sure sounds like
yes,
it right
we
now.
all sound great.
Vegas isn't a good place to
refresh and energize.
I got in really late last night.
Dude, like the first day in Vegas, I slept 3 hours.
Yeah.
And like I was trying to sleep longer. I just couldn't sleep. And then
Yeah,
the second day in Vegas, I slept 5 hours. And then the third day, I think I slept 5 hours.
Yeah, it screws up your...
It's hard, right?
It's the 2-hour difference, plus
Yes.
you're usually up late. I know you actually, I should say, not all of us are up late. Mayor tends to go to bed early, and he did it. So
Well, like in Vegas, we stayed up the first night for the show.
Well, it ends
I went
at
to bed
11.
at midnight.
Yeah. It
midnight
ends
Vegas time.
Later, because we had to walk.
12:30.
Sure.
2:30 in the morning our time.
Exactly.
And like, I don't stay up till 10 o'clock.
No.
So like that's 4.5 hours later than I normally stay
It
up.
messes with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Good
So
job.
I drank like 40, espressos that day. Honestly, I was so wired. Then I couldn't sleep. I was so wired. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate it.
Well, tell us why you had to come back a day early.
Yeah. Well, first off, we got Jenny Craig coming in.
Yes, I forgot. Second part of our show. So
Thank God she's going to pick up the energy.
And she will pick up the energy.
We have no choice. We got to like bring our game, right?
We had to bring the most energetic guest possible. And that's Jenny Craig.
Yeah, we're all like
she'll wake us up.
Yes. So Jenny's coming in, second half of the show, talk about
Girls on the Run, Northwest Indiana.Life.
Yeah, man.
Kind of
lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, big birthday today for somebody who's on the show often.
Yeah.
Johnny Law Cantrell.
Whoa.
50 years old.
The big 5-0 today.
Whoa.
Yep.
What?
We don't
Why
do
isn't he here?
I know he should be. He's probably in the court and at the jail.
You're right.
Like he
He's
is
there
every day.
Right.
All right, we just did that ad.
I know, right? That's it. Cantrell's out. But yeah, Johnny, 50 years old, man. Congratulations.
I always think of John as like younger than us, but he's really not that much younger than us. Yeah, maybe he is a lot younger than us, but he acts a lot younger than us.
Yeah, I mean, I got him by 5 years.
So, so do I.
Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway.
But now he's 50.
Yeah, he's old now. So anyway, yeah, my son Patrick graduated yesterday from Marion Catholic High School.
Patrick.
Wow.
Graduated with honors, all that.
That makes me feel old too.
Yeah. It was another annoying ceremony though.
Why are
I
you?
feel like Larry David.
You're down on graduation
High
ceremonies.
school graduations are always awful.
It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, it does matter. It's an accomplishment, okay? And this is what I was trying to explain to Pat. I don't think he was jiving with me though.
He's trying to enjoy himself.
Day.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to tell him
down.
this isn't really a big deal. I was literally like trying to nicely say that. It's like, it's nice, we celebrate, we went out to a nice dinner, but I'm not going to make a big deal out of this because this is just your first big accomplishment.
Sure.
Of many, I'm hoping. That's why, I see a lot of parents are like, they scream like you hit the lotto. It's like, seriously? I mean, it's great. Your kid graduated high school, okay? But like, if you like make it out to be this end all be all, like it's the biggest accomplishment ever, maybe the kid just gives up at that point. Like, I already did it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an important step, right? I mean, like I always explain to my kids that, what you do in high school, can, if you, play it well. It just depends on the person, right? Like, I mean, Tom, you have a great story and, you've obviously done great in your life, but, you go back and I've heard you say this to kids, that you weren't a great high school student, right?
I was not.
But your successes came kind of despite, your high school situation and what you did in high school, right? And
when I was in high school, I'm not even kidding when I say this. When I was a senior in high school, California's high school system was atrocious when I was there. They didn't give a shit. If you were going to college, they cared. If you weren't, they didn't give a shit, right? Like, we would leave in the middle of the day and go to get sandwiches and stuff. I would, like, walk out of class.
Yeah, I mean, compare that to, like, for example, like Marissa or, her high school. I mean, like, it just depends on
Patrick,
the person or Patrick.
Like any
or
of my
like
kids.
Patrick would never skip class, right?
No.
So, right.
He would come home and tell us if he skipped class.
So I think it just depends on the kid. And I think that, high school, obviously, for some people, that's the way they set themselves up for college and beyond. For other people.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's why it's an important first step. You said it.
First step.
The first step of many.
Yeah, not last step, hopefully.
Yeah, not like the biggest step ever. Not like we're like, I don't know. Like, how, so like I was at a ceremony a few years ago, same high school. My son Thomas graduated from there. Okay. And this is like in Chicago. It's Chicago Heights, but you get like, it's big high school.
Very big.
All around Chicago. Yep. Right. So we go, and the ceremony I went to with Tom was like interrupted multiple times by like, they'd be like, Patrick McDermott. And then everybody goes crazy. Like, woo, noisemakers, woo,
wow.
drum, like, so like, then the next person comes across, McDonald, right? Pat McDonald or Tom McDonald, and you can't hear Tom McDonald's name because everybody's still like giving Patrick the standing ovation, right?
That is annoying.
So they clamp down over the years because they're like, this is out of control. Yeah. Like, everybody's trying to compete with each other. So like, I'm bringing in a sound system, the other is bringing in drums, like trumpets, like, so where do you stop, right?
Right.
So they start this thing, and it's a Catholic high school, and they're like, there will be no screaming. Okay, they did this a couple years ago. There will be no cheering. It's going to be a quiet ceremony. And they like start off the ceremony with like a 20-minute warning. If you scream when your kid goes across, we will pull their diploma, and they won't get it.
Come on.
And you're like, bullshit, right? You're not going to pull. We've done it. We made it, right? I've spent, X amount of dollars getting my kids, and you're going to pull his goddamn diploma because we scream, right?
Yeah.
They did last year.
Whoa.
And I'm sure the kid got it back eventually, but I'm sure it's not very.
No.
It's probably pretty stressful. You get your diploma pulled, right?
Very.
So
because your grandma is yelling your name in the audience.
So like,
hey, grandma, you cost me my diploma.
Shut the hell up, grandma. I want to graduate.
Your old bag.
Right? Stop screaming, grandma.
So they did the whole ceremony, and they were like warning us. I felt like I was in Catholic school. So like, Pat graduated. He walks across the stage, and we did like a silent wave. We were like no sound at all, right? The whole group. And it was so stupid. It was so stupid.
I think that's ingenious.
I'm like,
a silent wave.
But like, Kevin, they were like preaching to us. Do not cheer.
Wow.
If you cheer, we will hammer you. We will come down with the wrath of the Lord.
But
like,
so wait, let me ask you this though. But you were annoyed by the insane screaming and whooping and hollering
Yeah,
before.
I was annoyed by that. I'd be annoyed by that too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I was just like generally annoyed. Basically, I'm just looking for.
I was
a
like,
reason to
I'm
be
annoyed if
miserable.
it's quiet. I'm annoyed if it's noisy.
I was
It's Larry
annoyed that we
David.
were getting preached at like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm not a freaking kid. And by the way, I spent like
Yeah,
it's like a lot of money putting your
Sure.
kid through. If I want to freaking scream because I just saved
That's
50
right.
grand, I'm gonna freaking scream. Screw you, right? It wasn't 50 grand a year, by the way.
So
It was. I'm just saying, like,
So you fall on the side of it's okay to make noise, but not too much.
yeah,
Yeah.
be respectful.
Be respectful. Like a
goes back to the
clapping.
beginning. This is the first step of many. I'm using your
There you go.
words.
Yes.
People
I mean-
don't know how to act in public anymore.
Dude, Jill.
That's what it is.
This
And
is that's
by
a
the
good
way, and
point,
we're in
Jill.
Chicago, by the way. So it's a we're in little Indiana, hick town over here. It's a lot different when you go over into Chicago. It's just a different environment, right? People want to be. I'm going to compete with them. They're loud. We're louder. I got 15 people. They only got 5. It's like,
Oh well.
get a grip, people. It's a freaking high school.
Congratulations to Patrick. It is the message at the end of the day.
It was.
I'm happy.
Congratulations, Patrick.
I'm happy for Pat, and Pat's already decided where he's going.
Yeah, he's going to Purdue West Lafayette. Super happy.
Nice.
That was
For-
a huge
What's he
accomplishment.
majoring in? Does he know?
Computers.
All right.
Yeah.
Nerd.
He's
Way to go, Pat.
He is a nerd. He's smart. He's a good boy. Graduated with honors. So congratulations, Pat. So yeah, I told him yesterday it's not a big deal to graduate from high school, and he'll probably never see his friends again.
Man, Tom was on that. Tom McDermott, Happy Train.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You like those friends? Yeah. You'll never talk to them again. Like when you're my age, you won't even remember their names.
Wow.
Yeah.
Truth.
That's not true. You hang out with your high school guys.
I have like 2 buddies from high school I hang out with.
I hang out a lot of high school
2 or
guys
3.
still.
Do you?
Yeah.
How many?
Probably half dozen.
Jill?
Like hang out or
Like talk to, like communicate with.
0?
Really? No friends from high
Maybe.
school? John?
None.
Really?
Yeah.
See, Patrick, that's what you have to look forward to.
Solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, a life of no friends.
Like I'm
and
friends with
solitude.
some on Facebook, but
Yeah.
and there's the
No, communicate.
reunions. There's the reunions.
You have
but
to
I
see
never
him like
go to
once a
those.
year to count in this.
Yeah,
in
no.
this scenario.
No.
Kevin,
10.
you 10?
10?
I would
What?
say
What is
there's-
wrong with you?
I have 3.
Yeah, I mean these are guys that I also grew up like in the neighborhood
Right.
and then knew
That's
in
awesome,
high
man.
school.
That's a
and-
good thing,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
I have 3. I talk to regularly from high school. We see each other once or twice a year. We go on trips.
Yeah.
We're, like regularly. We don't talk like monthly or anything. We talk like
Well, and just
couple,
remember,
few
you
times
went
a
to high
year.
school in California. I
Right.
mean, like it's a lot easier
Yeah,
for
it's
me
true.
to say
True.
10
You're
because the
around
guys
them.
are still
Right.
around.
Gotcha.
I'll be honest. Like I went to Ileana,
Mm-hmm.
and I always kind of felt like the outcast because I'm like Serbian. I'm not like
That's
Dutch.
right.
You're Serbian?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What the hell am I
primarily
doing hanging out with you, man?
Primarily,
I'm just messing.
yeah. And they're all they've all got the Dutch last names, you know. And,
They're
you know, it's-
super hardcore there, aren't they? Like religious and like.
No,
Ileana?
actually, no.
No?
Compared to where I started, which was Calumet Baptist, they were quite liberal. Yeah.
We play them for volleyball, and last year they literally each kid had a card that they gave to one of my
Oh, that's
players
nice.
with a Bible quote on it.
Oh, that's
cool.
nice.
It's not.
I think that's isn't that a common theme,
That's
Jill?
separation of church and state.
They're
Not-
a Catholic school.
That's right.
No,
Well,
no,
they're
they
a
were.
Christian
no,
school.
they were at our
Excuse me.
school.
But
Oh, they're right. They
Isn't
went-
that
Yeah,
like- isn't
yes,
that-
they traveled.
isn't that like a thing in volleyball? Women's volleyball, they give each other gifts and stuff like that.
What?
No.
That's a thing.
I thought it was.
Wow. Jill's like
What
my
do you-
team doesn't.
What do you got on your algorithm?
What's that?
What do you got on your algorithm? No.
No, I thought like, is it a travel thing? I thought
maybe it's a travel thing. It's not.
I thought
I don't know.
the girl teams, maybe it's a travel thing. When they play
Maybe.
each other, they give gifts. Oh, I
Could
was
be.
under that impression.
It could be travel. I don't deal with travel.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. I feel like Larry David, man. When I go places, I'm just like pissed off the whole
The
time.
older you get, you are morphing into Larry David.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
for sure. Yeah.
What are
Maybe.
you gonna do with no kids in your house now?
I know. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
I know. This is time for a midlife crisis, right?
Tom's
No, you,
You
already
haven't
had
done-
that.
you
got
haven't
this
done that
Hawaiian
already?
shirt on.
Yeah.
He's driving a Shelby. He's got a beard going.
I'm gonna
It's time
get
for
a dog.
the real midlife
I'm getting
crisis.
I'm getting a puppy.
Ah.
This is gonna come home one day. I'm gonna have a puppy,
Oh,
a big annoying puppy,
And that's going to be your.
high energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
yeah.
I'm just gonna like start sheltering dogs.
More
there
than
you
What the
go.
hell?
that.
What the hell? Right?
You can take that up as your new.
Kevin's
new
an
thing.
empty nester. He's been an empty nester for a year, by the way. I should just take lessons from Kevin.
I'm just trying to get through it.
Just trying to get what? Till you die? Trying to get through it.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, looking forward to death. It's coming anytime now. We're just counting down the days.
The cool, sweet, release of death.
I need a long sleep. I need a real long sleep.
I kind
just tired, man.
It's a lot different. It's a lot different, but I like it. I mean, summertime, so the kids are around, so it's good.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
So Jill, I lost my A-list status on Southwest Airlines.
Oh, this is great.
This
is awesome.
Like I don't know what happened. Because Marissa and I focus our charging on the Southwest card, so that it leave even groceries and stuff, and then I just pay it off at the month, right?
Right.
So like we slipped up last year, and then Marissa would be charging more on like a debit card. We don't get any credit for a debit card. I would just not be paying attention to our pace. And then I realized, like late last year, we're not going to make it on the A-list. You have to charge like a certain amount.
Okay.
And we just didn't do it. So I'm like, oh my God, we lost our A-list. And I didn't realize it until I booked a flight.
And then didn't check in.
And then didn't check in because I'm A-list. So I didn't check in.
Wait, so if you're on A-list, it automatically checks you in?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't even have to
and
worry
you'll be
about
like
it.
A15.
No matter what
you could freaking walk into the airport and you're A15.
So no matter what kind of ticket you have in Southwest, if you're A-list, it checks you in.
Yes.
So
Got
You
it.
don't ever have to buy early
bird. You board
bird.
before like the kids and
No, you still, but you board the kids and all that. Those guys come in. Yeah, you do, Jill. They board after the A group now.
Oh.
They used to let them on early, and that was a scam.
Yeah.
So they moved them back behind A.
fucking kids.
Because everybody would be like, well, the new scam in the airlines is the disability. It's like, oh yeah, I got a hurt foot, and you like pull up in a wheelchair, and then they put you on right away. Wow. So everybody, when they get to airport, has a disability, and they need a wheelchair, and then magically, when they get to their destination, they walk the fuck off there and just walk out of the airport like everything's fine, right? Like that's the big scam they're trying to crack down on.
Wow. But you're right, they did do it with like the families because everyone would be like, oh yeah, yeah.
I got 14 kids, and then I'm going in the emergency exit row, and stuff like that. So they cracked down on that. But so I booked this trip. I don't check in because I'm friggin'
You're
A-list.
used to it checking in automatically for you.
C28. I'm like in baggage.
I don't know if I've ever heard anything lower than that.
It's because I didn't check in. I get to the airport. I'm like,
right?
what the WTF is going on? Like, I'm C28. And so I'm like, I'll just upgrade, right? No. Jam-packed flight. I'm C28 for the whole flight. Middle seat. Oh my God.
No.
Well, luckily you got to sit with your friends. So
4-8 and Kevin. They were like sandwiching me. I was the meat.
Better than
the meat
sitting
in that
between two
sandwich.
strangers.
Yeah, it's true. But 4-8, like he's comfortable around me, and he's a big dude, right?
And he's got a lot of stuff always.
Dude, he's got like freaking 80 things on his carry-on. Like
He's always got a lot of
and
stuff.
like he is not like when I'm around, he's just like Tom doesn't care if I lean on him, right? So like I'm the whole trip like 4-8 like touching my leg and like on my armrest and like it's like that was my flight out.
The 4-8 zone.
But I was like locked in because I knew ultimately we were going to be seeing the dead for the first night that night in a long time. So I was locked in.
Yeah, we need to. Should we go to that?
Wait, so that was on the way out. That was the flight on the way out. And Kevin, you're A something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really nice of you to sit in the back with Tom.
Yeah, we saved it. We kind of 4-8 and I were able to.
We were in the
kinda,
back?
No, we weren't that bad.
Yeah.
We weren't that bad.
Yeah.
No, it was middle.
No, they saved a seat for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
You got it.
4-8 and Kevin were early.
That's less
Yeah.
stressful
So what
than-
I did
That was the
actually,
meat.
4-8 had these.
That's
So
right.
what John, here's my strategy to save Tom a seat. So I was like, okay, we got to figure this out. So like 4-8 and I were kind of, because Southwest, and this, by the way, I know we're just feeding right into John's disdain of Southwest, which is fine, but.
Yeah.
So you're not really supposed to obviously put your stuff in the middle seat.
Right.
So 4-8 and I kind of were talking. We had stuff in the middle seat, and I was like, oh, this is a great idea. 4-8 had these weird, like, teeth things or whatever.
Oh, my God. I know.
So I opened him up.
He wears
and so
like
it's like a retainer or something.
Right.
And so I opened it up so that the retainer was sitting in the middle seat.
Oh, that'll do it.
And I was like,
That'll do
no
it.
one's going to sit there with
No.
this thing open. And it worked. Tom came up, C28, there's the seat.
I didn't know I was sitting in that shit.
Is anyone fighting you for a middle seat though, Kevin?
Well, it was packed. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
had-
There were no other
everybody had to.
seats.
Everybody had to. So they put teeth on there. They kept it open until I got there. I
And
was literally
luckily-
the last person on the plane.
There it was waiting for you.
Yeah. Nobody
So-
wanted to sit next to 4-8 and Kevin anyway. I mean,
Are we?
That's true.
That is true. Do you want to do ads? Do you want to go right into the sphere?
Well, let's do ads. We'll come back. We'll do the sphere. So this is a really cool part, just talking about what was going on there. And if you're interested in this, I would definitely stick around. This is a cool venue. I feel like somewhat of an expert. I've seen multiple shows there now. I got some good tips and just a good story. And then after the second set, we're coming back with Jenny Craig from GreatNews.Life. She's going to talk to us about some events coming up here in the region that focuses on women, and it should be a good show. So
Stay tuned and hear about Lockpod's adventure at the Sphere.
all right.
By the way, we just dropped internet at the studio, so I'm going to try and get that back. While
All right.
we're
We'll keep rolling.
here. Yeah.
So are we off the air or we're still on?
We're on.
Okay. All right. Powering Indiana Lake County. Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. Thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or does your business have plans to break ground on a new project? Don't leave important projects in the wrong hands. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today to ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals who deliver on time and on budget. Find your electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give us a call today and schedule your consultation with somebody who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you. And happy birthday to Johnny Law, number 50.
JRC.
Calumet Brewing. Michelob Ultra is a superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Containing only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is a light lager brewed with the perfect balance of hops and wholesome grains, producing a crisp, refreshing finish. Head over to the Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra social media for more info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
The Bug Eye Pest Control. Are spiders spinning, flies buzzing, ants dancing, pets stirring, ticks ticking, fleas fleeing, centipedes creeping, pests pestering? Are bugs bugging? Give the Bug Guy a call today to evict these unwanted guests. Call 219-810-7481 or contact the Bug Guy on Facebook. That's 219-810-7481.
Prestmer Insurance Agency. For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been your trusted neighbor right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety and range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, and life insurance. Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
The Branding Room Floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. The Branding Room Floor is Northwest Indiana's best full-service marketing agency, providing data-driven results to help your business grow. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
All right, let's get back on the show. How we doing on the internet, Johnny?
It's going in and out. It's kind of fluctuating. We're dropping frames, but hopefully it evens out pretty soon.
Yeah, I've been posting, so it seems like at least that's going through. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I was lucky enough Marissa and I we both like Fish. We don't love, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put them in the same category I put Dead or some other artist, but I do love Fish. And I know Fish is coming back again. I'm going to go see them when I get a chance. But we went to see Fish in April in Vegas just because I wanted to see the Sphere. Mm-hmm. I had no idea when I booked those Fish tickets that a month later I'd be seeing my favorite band, at the Sphere also. So I did 4 shows in basically a month and a half at the Sphere, and it's my favorite place to see a show.
It's amazing. Obviously this was my first time, John's first time there, and it is really the first time you walk in, you're just kind of like, I can't believe the size of this, the visual of it, and I think that's the thing is like the stage is actually pretty small.
Yeah. It's real small. I think, Jill, our stage at the Fest is twice as big.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Twice as big. They were smashed. The artists are like right on top of each other there.
Why would you build a venue like that with such a small stage?
At the Sphere, it's not about the stage.
Oh.
It's not about that. Because honestly, other than the day we were on the floor, and we'll talk about the differences, when I was in the seats, you hardly even look at the band itself. You'll see the band by looking up at the screen because they do photo images of them on the Sphere. You hardly look down at all. You're just looking around like everything's just,
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is like, it's so. By the way, the lighting, for example, like you're used to going to a show and there's just all kinds of lighting behind the stage, the spots on the stage. This only had white spots on the some white spots from just behind the stage and just in front of the stage. That's all the lighting on the band. Mm-hmm. Everything else is visual up on the Sphere, and which goes, by the way, all the way up. Like somebody, John, I don't know if it was you or me saying like, God, my neck hurts. from just bending up and like looking up at the top of the sphere and all around. In fact, like when we walked in, the background makes it look like it's what would you say, Tom? It's like the skeleton of the sphere, or like a backstage kind of thing. And we were all sitting there for a couple minutes saying, like, is this real?
So when you walk in, because you expect the sphere to be like a skeleton looking thing, right?
Sure.
And the weird thing is, I was there before. I knew what it looked like. So we walk in, and it looks like the inside of the Death Star, right? Mm-hmm. You could sort of like see through it and see outside.
Right.
And you could see like the exoskeleton of the sphere everywhere. And then we were sitting there for 10, 15 minutes. And then Kevin and I were like, I think that's fake. And I was there before. I know it's not real, but like it looks so real.
It's amazing.
And then you're like, holy shit, that's just a picture. They put a huge picture up, and it looks like the outside of the sphere, but really it's just a picture. And you didn't really even notice it until the show started that it was a picture.
That's right.
But like for like, I don't know, half hour, there's thousands of people in the audience that think they're actually looking at the sphere, but they're looking at a picture that they just put up to keep you preoccupied.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I just thought the visuals are crazy. I mean, John, you've got some photos, and we got a couple videos you want to show.
Yeah, I'm going to throw some up right
All right,
here.
so here's it's actually a photo John took from. I thought, by the way, John, I thought this was like magazine quality photo by
Thanks.
you. It was really amazing.
What night was that, John?
That was
Friday,
the first night I was there, and we
got real close that night.
It was nuts. There was an intermission, so a lot of people left to go to the bathroom and stuff, and we walked right up to the front of the stage.
It was perfect, Joe.
So, like, if you're on the floor, do you have like an area, or
no,
you can
just
first come first serve?
Yeah, it's GA. But like what John was saying, so like we got there right before the show started. So for the first set, we were back in the crowd, and it was still good, and you could still look up and see things, right? But then we were in a fairly large group on the floor. So when everybody bailed to go to the bathroom, our group moved forward.
Like the Dead always takes a set break. They always like for the last 60 years they've been in business, right? So they take a set break,
it's
and
a 4-hour
it's a 30
show.
minute. It's a 30-minute break,
right?
Yeah.
So we moved forward, and then we camped out. So like if you had to go to the bathroom, you could still do it. We were camping out holding the spot. So we would just send you back, and then we'd go one at a time to the bathroom and come back, so that when the show started, we were right in front of the stage.
And the other thing I'd say is, like, traditionally at Dead shows like that's not necessarily like the right thing to do, but this was like a little bit. I mean, we talked about this, right? That like there were some things about this that made you know it wasn't like a
normal
Dead
It was
show.
like tourists.
Yeah.
So would you say that the area closest to the stage is less desirable because the band? Yeah, so that's why you were.
No,
to get
I think.
Close, you think?
I'll be honest with you. I think if you're going to the Sphere, you don't go in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You don't see it as good.
Well, this is what I would say to you. The good thing about being general admission is there's so much energy on the floor. There's so much, like, people are pumped, they're dancing. There's a lot, and you're craning your neck a lot, and you are closer to the band. But at the end of the day, if you are don't want to stand on your feet for 4 hours, the seats are great.
4 hours.
Pass.
It was brutal. And like, so we did the show the day before, 4 hours. I slept like crap. And then we go back the second day, we're on the floor. Javez, that was his first show. Mm-hmm. We did 4 hours, like,
my legs and feet were
oh my God,
in pain.
You got to take that preventative aspirin before.
Oh my God, Jill, I should have. When we walked out of there, I felt bad for Sursik, man.
Yeah,
Sursik was hurting. Like, he was like walking like his legs didn't work anymore because you were just like standing there, and then like when we started walking, you're like, we're like 55.
It was rough, man. I was like, man, this is the first time I've been to a concert where I feel old.
Yeah,
like I was like, man, my feet. I should have wore like Hoka's or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have made a difference, Kevin.
No, that was brutal.
Maybe a little bit. But
how about this?
Ugh.
People were so, how in a concert, because people were drinking beer and whatever, right? A lot of water, right? Mm-hmm. Like I was drinking water, like a good boy. But so the ground is nasty, right? It's all sticky and wet and everything, right? And you're paid, like the floor, I mean, you paid good money to see the Dead, right? Like it was not a cheap ticket. Let's just leave it at that, right? And so nobody wanted to leave, but they were exhausted because you're on your feet for 4 hours. I literally saw people just laying on the nasty ass floor, and I didn't even give a shit. They were just like laying in filth, just like I don't give a, I'm in my Dead gear anyway.
Then again, I was gonna say, like, Dead concerts, you get a little, there's some dirtiness about it.
But like it was so gross. Like that floor was wet and sticky, and they were just like laying in it, and they didn't give a crap. It was like, oh my God, so gross.
All right, we do play some of these videos with the audio, or just while you guys are talking. Because this one with the audio, I love, because this This must have been the first night. I wasn't there.
It was the first night.
Tom is in awe, audibly.
Yeah.
Kevin is singing.
Oh, God.
And this is, I think, a real treat for the
So
viewers here.
let's set the stage.
Okay.
They show San Francisco at the beginning of the show. And where the band started, literally the house in San Francisco at Haight and Ashbury. And you start off there, and you just think they're going to do a show with San Francisco as the background, right? Which, by the way, they do shit like this all the time. So you're just like, okay, it looks like you're in San Francisco. How cool, right? And then they freaking blew our minds.
And it was Mississippi half step.
So now, basically, could you turn it down, John, or? Basically, yeah, they're not going to be able to hear me, are they, John?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Well, I know we could hear. I'm not sure if you could. So it's a drone, basically, that's going above San Francisco and, like, eventually goes into outer space. And while you're flying up above San Francisco, you could see in detail all the buildings in San Francisco, and eventually you could see the entire state of California, like, satellite shot. Like, it's amazing, like, across the entire sphere.
So a couple things about this. Like, so it starts at ground level and it starts rising, right? Like a drone does, like Tom described, and you end up in outer space. And so the cool thing is like literally you feel like you're moving. Even on the video here, it almost feels like the stage is moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that you moving? I'm sorry. Is that you moving your phone or is
back
that
and forth?
Actual. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was moving the phone. We were
You're
moving
just
our
trying
phone
to like show you like what it
Yeah.
looks like. But like, think about this. You're at a dead show, so there's a lot of people on drugs. I mean, let's be honest, right? And it's like if you went to an IMAX and you were on mind-altering substances, you would scream your ass off like a lot of the people at this show did. It was freaking unbelievable. Like, it really like blew your mind. They would just, yeah. And this is another one. It's like a tunnel in space, and it's crazy.
It's almost like they designed it for people on drugs.
No doubt about it.
Yeah,
they designed
this
it for
is
people
nuts.
on drugs. There's no doubt about it. They're literally like, what can we do to fuck with these people while they're,
They're tripping.
So you've
yeah.
seen them twice there, you said?
3 times.
Three
I saw
So
all 3 shows there.
And by the way, no song was repeated. As the Dead's got a deep repertoire. No song was repeated. Everybody had a great time every night. And they actually introduced, some of the videos were repetitive, and some they introduced specifically for different songs. So like each night we saw like kind of, oh, that's a new video. Mm-hmm. Like when they did Scarlet Begonias, that was a brand new video on Saturday night for the first time. So it was cool.
Joe, do you have something?
That's what I was going to ask. Was it the same videos each night or different? Or
Most of the same videos, right?
Yeah.
All different songs.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
Exactly. John, are you showing this right now?
Yes.
So this was really cool. They showed some old auditoriums, and they turned the Sphere into the old Cornell Fieldhouse, which is a famous place. They've made huge shows in Ithaca. It's like a kind of a famous place they played. And basically, you felt like you were in this old field house.
And it looks like it's a squared off. And you're in a round sphere, and they make it look like you're in a squared off auditorium. It's
Wasn't that
incredible.
cool? They did that.
They did that with the cards too.
Yeah, they had.
They make it look like you're in a square.
Mm-hmm.
So they had like tickets and like backstage passes and stuff all around, and it made it into a box rather than a sphere. Like it was the wall. It was like we were in a walled square instead of a sphere,
made out of tickets.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead tickets. And then so when they left Cornell, they went through the windows of Cornell, and they ended up in Red Rocks in Colorado, the Red Rocks Amphitheater. So like they make it look like these famous venues where the Dead has played over the years. It was so awesome.
Yeah,
it was so awesome.
It was really cool.
Like this place is spectacular. But for those of you that listen to LockPod, and we warned you where not to sit, we Kevin and I on the third show, a developer bought our tickets, which was very nice. We sat on the edge of the no sit zone, basically in the 100, where if we looked up, we could see the roof, but if we looked up and backwards, you couldn't see anything because we were literally on row 21.
Yeah, I was going to say if you are if you're beyond row 21, like when I mean that it's like 21 to, I don't know what it is, 35 or something.
If you're like 100 row 34, you're going to see the band.
Stage and probably like 50% of the graphics, maybe 40% or something like that of the graphics. So because you can't see up, you're covered by the 200 level.
Right.
And so I would just warn you that you want to be, if you're in the 100 level, you want to be like row 16 or forward.
If you are in the 200, 300, or 400 section, you'll see the whole show.
Yeah, you'll see it.
You'll see everything
from further away, but you'll see it.
And if you're on the floor, you'll see the band up close, and you'll be craning your neck backwards all night. So these are things you have to keep in mind. And by the way, long shows like the Dead, 4 hours on the floor, that ain't no fun.
No, come prepared and drink a lot of water.
Yep.
They should have put those panels underneath the overhang, So, like, if you had those seats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Where the hell were you
Wow.
when they were designing this thing,
That's a
Jill?
great idea.
See, that's what you get for not having Jill in Vegas.
I know, right?
She could have cured all
Well,
this.
that is a really good idea. Like the 100s would have. But yeah, so basically the first few shows at the Sphere, we were reading all the reports, and people would spend thousands of dollars to sit in 100 section row 28, which sounds like an awesome seat. And then they get in there and they realize they can't see the Sphere. All they can see is the band, basically.
And now I noticed that, like, I was kind of just looking on StubHub and stuff just to check things out. And now I noticed that on the 100 level in those rows, it says, note, obstructed view.
Yep.
So
They weren't doing that
Well,
early.
when they change that, we're going to sue them.
Yeah.
That's my idea.
You too. Yeah, right. Good call, Joe. You're on the record. But when U2 played, they weren't putting obstructed view in the 100s, and people were dropping dime to sit there, and then they were getting screwed. So, from what I understand, U2 compared to what Fish and what the Dead did, U2 sucked.
Really?
Yeah, dude. U2, like, there wasn't. How many video have you seen from U2?
Yeah,
like, I think
point.
U2 approached it more like it was a concert venue, not like it's a visual performance.
yeah.
Fish definitely approached it like a visual performance. And by the way, Fish, the difference between Dead and Fish, now Dead's doing a much longer run, okay? Dead didn't repeat a song for the whole weekend, and they used their graphics over again. Fish did a 4-show set at the Sphere, never repeated one song, never repeated one video the whole weekend. Everything was completely different. Every show, that's pretty badass.
Well, I was thinking with the Dead, like, to me, it seemed like the theme was they were going to take you on a journey, and like they started at Haight-Ashbury, and then at the end, we didn't mention this, but at the end of the show, towards the end of the show, they went from space back down to Haight-Ashbury, and it was like 1965 or something, or 68, and it was really cool, and that's how basically the show ended. That they'll stay consistent with, I think.
When they landed, yeah, I agree with Kevin. When they landed, Jill, when they landed in the 1960s in Haight-Ashbury, because I saw it a couple times, so I was ready. The second and third day, I was looking all around San Francisco because the first time you focus on the Grateful Dead house, that's what they want you to focus on. The second and third time, I was looking as far as I could around the city, and every street, everywhere I could see was old-time cars.
Yep.
Not just on the Grateful Dead street.
Right.
The cars from the 60s. Like, you would look 5 blocks over at cars that nobody's looking at, and they would be old-time cars. It's crazy
Yeah,
how
I
much
noticed the
detail
same
they
thing.
did.
And in the beginning, it was modern cars.
Yeah,
It was like your
right.
2023 Lexus rolled by or something.
Busy. There's
Yeah.
Lexuses, there's, Teslas, all that stuff. But when they came back in the 1960s, it was way less traffic, and just old cars everywhere.
Yeah, and even like the block on Haight-Ashbury where they were at was like old, kind of dilapidated,
beat up houses.
And in the beginning,
Right.
it was all like beautiful and modern. Which
if
is
you
what
go
it
to
is
San
now.
Francisco now, it's just every house is $1 million plus
Probably
house.
more, yeah.
Right, and so like you don't see beat up houses in San Francisco, but like back then, normal people lived in, the Grateful Dead. They all
Hippies.
lived there. Hippies lived there, and they didn't give a shit about their house. So,
Right.
yeah, so
good.
Willie, incredible. If you get a chance, by the way, just to tease who I heard the next band's going to be, there was I'm on the Sphere fan page. Grateful, excuse me. You're going to love this one, dude.
I'm ready.
This is a Kevin band.
Okay.
Rolling Stones.
No way.
Yeah, they did the kissy lips.
Holy.
No, they could be messing with us, but they did like a tease on the Sphere.
Whoa.
They had what is that? The logo.
Yeah, the logo, yeah.
With the,
the lips, yeah.
The lips.
With
yeah.
Mick Jagger's lips.
Why
yeah.
would they do that? And by the
Or
way,
the
like
lips,
when
I
you
should
think
say.
about bands that are going to play the Sphere, it has to be somebody that's going to sell tons of tickets, right? Like the Rolling Stones.
Wow. That would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's
All right, well,
kind
listen.
of been just classic rock so far, right?
Well, I mean, Fish is the jam band, right? I mean,
yeah, Fish.
I mean,
But
they're
U2.
older.
I mean, that's really 3 different demographics. So
Yeah, I agree.
mean, Dead is like 60s, 70s, right? And then U2 is like 80s, 90s.
and then Fish is
Cla-
like
that's
90s,
classic rock
2000s.
now.
Right. But
Yeah.
still, like, it is different. But like if they did Rolling Stones,
That'd be crazy.
I just wonder what kind of like R&B artist or rapper would ever play there. It has to be somebody iconic.
Yeah.
It would have to be like Snoop or something like that.
Sure.
Iconic.
Beyonce.
Like Dr. Dre, Beyonce.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Somebody like huge like that. Or like a band. This is one I thought of. Radiohead.
They'd be amazing there.
Radiohead would be stupid there.
Yeah.
That'd be.
All right, well, let's. Tom's going to go get Jenny Craig. We're going to read ads, and we're going to come back for the last part of
All
our
right.
show.
Let's do it.
All right.
We get our internet challenges.
Yes.
taken care of?
Yes. Resolved.
Good.
Tortillas
According
Nuevo
to
Leon
mine. Yeah.
sets the gold standard. Sorry, John.
No.
We good?
nothing. Yeah.
Yep. Tortillas Nuevo Leon sets the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for our iconic red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakas Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakas Law. Forming a new business? Call Kuklakas Law. Injured in a car crash or at work? Call Kuklakas Law. No matter what your legal issue, call 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakas Law. Hablamos Español.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners. MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com, mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint. The premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. They do metal business cards, too, with a 30-year legacy of excellence. Their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. Thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Powering Indiana, Lake County.
All right. Thanks for the sponsors. And it's great to reintroduce a fan of the show, a friend of the show, somebody who's been on the show multiple times, Jenny Craig. Welcome back.
Just seeing her walk in brought the energy level up.
The energy
it wasn't even like, I'm not joking. it was
I did a little jig on the way in.
Did you?
Well, because I had to, give knuckles to Vesmar. And
yeah.
So you got to do a little.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you and Jill have been on the show together yet, have you?
I don't.
Yes, we have.
Oh, have you?
One time, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Because it always switches, yeah. We've gone back and forth.
Jill's a regular now.
I think the last time, actually, I was on.
Yeah. But welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. You guys are doing awesome. First time in the new studio. It's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cool?
Welcome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Miss Ursic got a great office, don't they?
I mean,
I know.
I got greeted at the door, offered
wow.
a water.
Got
Hello.
the green around.
Wow. Yeah. Greeters. We got greeters here. That's how we roll.
Thank you, Eleanor.
It's a lockpod greeter.
Yes.
Eleanor, part-time lockpod greeter.
Yes.
Yeah, she
didn't know that when we hired her.
I was just going to say, she probably didn't know it this morning.
She's like, what's
here.
a lockpod? Sounds like a bad disease.
But welcome back.
Thank you, guys. This is so cool. Thanks for having me.
And I said something earlier. I think I said Girls on the Run when I should have said All About the Girls.
Oh, hey, that's also great. Girls on the Run is fantastic. But
yes.
yeah, I can't tell you all the things about Girls on the Run, but I can tell you all the things about All About the Girls.
What is All About the Girls?
So All About the Girls is our annual event. I've got all of
yours, GreatNews.Life?
Yes. So GreatNews.Life has an annual event. We started, 10 years ago now. This is our 9th version, and 10 years ago we started this really cool event that's all about the girls. That's exactly what it is. It's all about the girls. So we just wanted a platform to create a platform to kind of put the women that I was meeting in my career, in my kind of upbringing, if you will, in my career, kind of to the spotlight, to the limelight, give them a place to tell their story. Because what I definitely thought when I was meeting all these new women as I was growing, was they create so much motivation inside of a person. When you meet someone, you're like, oh, they're cool. I want to know them and get to know them better. But they can also give you something to relate to, right? So how the heck do we all get it all done every day and make it all happen? Well, if she can do it, maybe I can do it. And here's how she does it. Oh, also, it's hard for her, right? So that was, the 10-year ago idea. So we got some women that I was really kind of motivated by or inspired by, Heather Ennis was one of them the first year. And we brought them to Industrial Revolution Bar to kind of tell their story and just to kind of present to others. And it kind of worked. People liked it. They were like, hey, what is this?
So you've been doing this for 10 years?
Yeah. So we started in 2014.
And has it grown? I imagine
yeah,
like the Industrial Revolution Bar, like this small gathering, right? It
was like 50 people. And we were excited by that, right? People want to meet these other people. And so they came and they spoke. And then the next year we moved it to Sand Creek Country Club. And we brought 125 people. And then, of course, many years later, last year, we brought 425 people to Urschel Pavilion in Valparaiso. That's where we've moved it. Post-COVID, we moved it to that outdoor space, originally just to make sure people were comfortable being together. But now it's just such a phenomenal space. It's very central to our entire coverage location. And we bring women from Lake to Michiana, Lake County to St. Joe County.
And the sponsor of it is?
Fighting Pretty is our big sponsor.
Oh, so your shirt.
Look
Check
at my shirt.
Out.
Look, so, sorry, I've got to be on the mic too. All About the Girls, Fighting Pretty. So they're our presenting sponsor this year. Every year we have a nonprofit that is connected and closely tied to the event, and that is Fighting Pretty this year. So we're really excited to have them. So Fighting Pretty is, if you guys have not connected with locally, Alyssa Galinsky, she is my new bestie, but also your guys' too. So Fighting Pretty, she is our local, spokeswoman for Fighting Pretty, and it's a group that helps women through their fight with cancer. So they do what they do, the programs they offer, the support they offer varies greatly dependent on what you need, but they're a really fantastic group, and we're really excited to kind of launch with them this year. And Alyssa jumped on as soon as she heard All About the Girls, so we're really excited to have her. We've got a lot of other amazing sponsors, of course, Service Doctor, Einenberg Exteriors, plus a ton of other ones that aren't even on here. But the event's fantastic. It's going to be, we've got incredible women speakers. So that's the whole premise, right? We bring on 6 women speakers each year to kind of tell their story. We've got opening remarks and then 5 women that tell their stories, all about kind of based around a theme. And this year's theme is I Belong. That's just kind of near and dear to me. I was like the chubby kid named Jenny Craig growing up, so I probably never belonged. And then that kind of ties into nowadays, present day. I Belong means a lot to me because that's what All About the Girls is for us. It's a group that we're trying to create of women who belong together, because I think we always have these groups or these cliques or these things, and it's not very comfortable always. So how do we create a group that everybody belongs in and everybody can come together to?
Cool.
Yeah, so bring this inclusive.
I know Marissa's gone a number of times.
She was a speaker, I think year 3 or 4. Thank you.
And you know what I've noticed as a casual observer of this event over the years, I've noticed a small beginning where I saw, and now when women are nominated, they make a huge deal out of it. Yeah. And when they win, it's like,
when they get up on that stage and they get to,
it's a big deal to
fantastic.
them. Which is, by the way, for an event that's only been around 10 years, that's a huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
That in itself, like, I've got the most influential woman, from government or whatever, right?
Yeah. So influential women, that's award based. Ours is more speech based.
Oh yeah.
So,
my bad.
But you're exactly right in the same line, because I think what we love about Influential Women event is exactly that, because it's such a way to push women out in the forefront, which is exactly what we want to do. Ours is just more story based. So we really want those women to come up and tell their story based around that theme for the year. This year's I Belong. So we'll hear from, Dr. V, Vanessa Allen McLeod is doing the opening remarks this year. So we'll hear from her.
Urban League, right?
Yeah, from the Urban League. We've got, of course, we all know Chelsea Whittington. She's a speaker this year as well. Denise Kaibke, Drew Sarkeesian. So those are we've got Lake County girls, Porter County girls, and then we've got kind of our Eastern girls are Mandy Kirkhan from LaPorte. She started the Collective, which is this really cool kind of market group that you guys should all check out. They have programming as well, but it's just huge. And then Cicely Porter, who's a reporter, anchor woman for WSBT in South Bend.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So as we, as GreatNews.Life, our umbrella company launches further out east, I want to include those women as well because they all have something to teach us.
Nice.
So we've kind of branched out. So we've got these incredible speakers coming up this year to tell their story, and it's just motivating as heck.
I've noticed it seems like in politics even, I know there's a lot of women's groups that are forming. In politics, we have that group, Hoosier Women Forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? You have your group, All About the Girls.
Yep.
Northwest Indiana Influential Women also has a group, right?
Yeah.
It seems, but all these groups really have come about within the last 10 years, really,
Yeah.
when you think about it. Like, can you think of any more? Jill, can you think of any more? Like,
No.
really?
I'm trying to think.
There's some others. There is a big group with just surrounding Fighting Pretty. That's a really big group.
Fighting Pretty?
Well, like I mentioned,
That's the
Girls
one
on
with the
Pretty.
cancer?
Yeah, that's
Girls
the
on the
nonprofit,
Run.
Girls on the Run. So while those are nonprofits that serve women, they're also they just create a group of women that kind of come together. And I think that is, we need so much more of that because there is a lot of women that don't have a crew, right? There's a lot of women who don't have that group of people they can call, talk to, cry to, yell at, and laugh with. And we need to create that for one another. But the way to do that isn't by, being mean girls. We really do have to be kind and accept one another and learn from one another and know that we can, right? We can learn from one another. I don't care what your profession is. I can learn from you. You can learn from me.
Yeah.
And so how do we
It's
branch
really
that
cool.
out?
I mean, guys don't do that crap. Right? I can't.
I think there are good male support groups too, but I can't. We're definitely not doing an awards.
I'm not in any male support groups. Are you?
How many
maybe that's
guys
my
trips
business.
do you go on a year?
Thank you.
I mean, what? Oh,
guys
that's a male
trips do you
support.
go on a year?
kind of,
That's a
yeah.
male support group.
It is.
Good call.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
that's
just,
my male support group.
I think women
it's
go on
different for everybody.
girl trips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Marissa does.
what girls
Yeah.
don't, right, are the girls that don't feel like they have that crew, or they do, but there's some cattiness involved, or they do, but they don't feel like they can be. They have that crew, but it's not their 100% crew, right? The people they can be. When you go to those trips or when you go to a show, you're with people that you can genuinely be you around.
Oh yeah,
If you don't have that,
Jenny. If I can't be myself, I don't want to hang out with that person.
thank you, amen. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I
like
think
I want to be Tom.
As we get older, we
That's my goal.
accept that more. We don't have to fit in. We want to belong, and we'll create
That's
the
so
group
funny.
for
You said
Good way to
ourselves.
put
like if
that.
somebody wants me to show up as the mayor, that's work. If you want
Yep.
me to hang out and be Tom, like I could stay there all day. But like
Yeah.
I find that a lot of times I have to be the mayor, and I don't want to be there.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if I'm like, how many people go to work voluntarily and say, I just want to stay here all day? Nobody does that, right?
Right.
Right.
So like, if
I
you want
talk
me to
about
be
my
the
fun
mayor,
job.
I'm going to be there about 15 minutes and do my job and go home, right? Where I could be Tom.
Yeah.
Like my whole goal is to be Tom. That's funny to hear you say that. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I know part of your, and by the way, John put the link up in
Thank you. Yeah.
our chat, so it's there if anybody's interested in attending the 9th annual All About the Girls event at June 20th at Urschel Pavilion in Valpo.
How much are the tickets?
$50,
Oh,
and that's entry, open bar with beer and wine, and
Hell yeah.
heavy acts.
You guys are going to
So,
lose on that one with me.
I know, but it's okay. We're not trying to make money. We just
You know
want
how much
everyone to have a great time.
the drinks were at poolside in Vegas? It's so
Oh my
stupid.
gosh, I can't imagine.
Like one drink.
$18 minimum for a Coors
Probably
Light.
for a beer, yeah.
30,
30,
like
yeah.
33, 34, and then they really want you just to give them the smooth 40.
See, and here you can have
40
like
bucks
6
for a damn
drinks
drink.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want a bottled water, it's like $10. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
exactly. See, we're not. And
Vegas is so
bottled water
stupid.
at this event's free.
John,
Really?
Hey,
Dude, I'm going. I'm just
now you
drinking
have to
tons
go.
of water.
And that's the thing, Tom. Guys are invited, so don't. It's not only
You don't
women.
shun that. Yeah.
No,
you don't shun
because
them.
we're not here to hate men. We're just here to put
Oh,
women on a
good to
pedestal.
know.
I love it.
We don't want to. And Chris, our founder is a man, Chris Mullman. Everybody
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
him, right? So, and he jokes, but he's not wrong. Who's the smartest people in the room? The men that come to support the women that are up on that stage,
There you
right?
go.
Right.
So that's so smart.
You know what's
Get
funny?
to know the women that are
I
running
found
stuff.
my organization, the City of Hammond, the administration is getting more and more female dominated, really. And like, I'm like contemplating my next chief of staff. It's funny. There's definitely strong women in play, like no
I love
doubt,
that.
which is awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
but like, have you noticed that, Kevin?
Yes,
The
over
team
time.
that we're part of, it's like there is a
The
lot
team
of
that-
powerful women in charge, which I think is awesome.
The team in 2004 looks a lot different than the team in 2024.
Team in 2004 was whiter and older.
Yeah,
Definitely older.
and male.
Like
And
even
male,
older
yeah.
than I am now. There was people in their 60s and 70s on my team then.
And you've got, I think the team's gotten younger, more diverse, and a lot more women.
Yeah, now we're the old guys.
Now we're the old guys.
It's crazy. I'm definitely the old guy on the team now. So.
And that's okay. We still like you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you finish up with Jenny. I've got a court hearing at 8:30 that I got to hop to. Yes.
Yeah, Kevin.
Jenny's
well, thanks.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
I can actually
Good
do
to
my
see
real
you.
job so I can keep the lights on here.
Hey,
yeah,
we
man.
appreciate
Keep the internet on.
I'm trying.
Can you go work on that?
I'm going to work on the internet.
Could you work on the internet?
Hey, while Kevin steps off, this might be a good topic for you and Tom to talk about. You've gotten into running or climbing? What?
Oh, yeah.
You're a climber?
I'm still sore. Not that kind of. Well, I do some indoor climbing, but I'm not very strong, so I'm not great at it. But I'm getting stronger. Sunday, I did the Fight for Air climb for the American Lung Association. So we did. I was on part of the United Healthcare team, and we ran 2,000 steps at Soldier Field.
Oh, how cool!
It was really cool. My calves don't think so today still.
I'm trying to think. So what did you have to like go
so you
down
literally
and up?
go up. Yep. So you'll go up, over, down, up, over, down. You know.
Oh my God.
And
How many
it
times?
was
Awful.
it was like about not quite half of the stadium.
That's cool.
So and it was
This
very
is it,
cool.
right?
I've never been to. Yeah, that's.
Can I show
just
this? I'm
before-
just like hijacking
please.
your personal
it's
Facebook.
It's my Facebook. It's
Okay.
super not private. Everyone can
All
go
right.
look. So yeah, it's really fun. We there's on Great News on NWI.Life. You can find more pictures that aren't just my face. But it was in magic. There was a bunch of Chicago firefighters that did it too.
No way.
And there was a couple firefighters. I believe they said they were from Wisconsin that came. And Chicago Fire did full gear, and the Wisconsin did full gear and air packs.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Which
not even
apparently
enough
is-
to sell me on this.
I
to show
literally
off.
can't.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was really fun. How long would you think? I was trying to guess. Like, okay, I'm hoping this takes me half hour to 45
I was
minutes.
thinking.
18 minutes.
Oh, nice. Well, look at
So
you.
it was
You're
easy
like
too because it was
you're like a
like
damn Olympian.
that's not quite it. I don't know.
You should be a firefighter, Jenny.
Well, my husband's a volunteer firefighter,
Yeah?
but then I feel like we would have.
But
to
he
be-
do it in.
He didn't do it.
What?
He didn't.
That's the
He's
thing.
here.
What's
Look
going
at
on?
this.
Oh my God! Yeah,
What-
look, he's
He
so
took
cute.
the picture.
Yeah.
He is
He's
very
so
cute.
cute. But
He's
he
like, I'll
was-
take the picture. I'm not doing.
He
Yeah.
will come to any run I do, and then he's like, "That was good for you. I'm glad you did that. I'm
I
proud
like
of
his
you."
style.
He did do a 5K. It's been quite some time in his full gear. It was probably 10 years ago. He did a 5K, and it was intense.
Did
Yeah.
you train for this? Because I feel like this would require some.
Yeah, I did. But it is obviously, as you're probably thinking, how the heck do you train for stair climbing, except for stairs? But where do you do that? So there was Swallow Hills, I think, Park. It's Palos, Illinois. There was a bunch of stairs, so we went out there a couple times. I
Yeah,
went
Palos.
to,
That's where I ride my mountain bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
that whole area out there is awesome.
It's awesome.
Right off 95th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing
Yeah.
park. I loved it.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
I saw a Chicago firefighter walking a Dalmatian in that park. I'm just saying.
nice.
Was he hot?
I mean,
Was he hot?
he was rather attractive. I agree. Yes, he was.
All
First
about the
suggestion is
boys.
true.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
was
great
invited
park.
to the
We
event.
also did the dunes for some training, like the 3 Dune Challenge and stuff like that, because it's got some stairs and it's got some.
Well, you
steep.
made it in record
And
time.
I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations.
I didn't die.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm here to talk about it. My calves are not happy, but otherwise, it was really fun.
Mine just from standing at a concert. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm old.
yeah.
Yeah.
You should do. I'm also doing the Spartan races this year, so we're doing a trifecta, which means you do all 3 Spartans: the small, medium, and large.
Nice.
You could do it.
What is that?
Join us.
Can you describe that?
A Spartan race. So a Spartan race is a race. There are 3 levels. The small is a 5K. The big is a half marathon. And then within that running distance, there's mud and obstacles. And then
A half a marathon with mud and obstacles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I've done
skip
one
that
before. I'm going to do one this year.
Like a
and
half a
then I'm
marathon
retiring.
period is too far. Like, with mud and obstacles, it's just like, yeah.
It'll be fun.
If I had to like survive, I would do that. Like if they're like,
Yeah,
you have
see?
to get through this
Well, I'll be
obstacle
better
course.
off when I have to survive because I've done it before.
True
See,
story.
I'm just practicing.
Yeah.
I'm that person now. I'm practicing for the
So
apocalypse. maybe.
the trifecta, like you're doing 3 in a year.
So you have to do all 3 of the races in a calendar year. So I'm doing July is the small. I think October is the medium, and November is the big.
I bet you it's going to be freezing. in
Well,
November.
I picked ones in nice weather. So I think the October race is in Tennessee, and the other race is in South Carolina.
Okay.
So my niece and I are doing it together.
What makes you want to do this?
She's only 16 and I'm
why?
41.
Yeah,
so,
what makes you want to do this?
well, I did one. I did a trifecta probably, I think it was right around 2016. My niece is getting into racing now. So, of course, I'm like, hey, I want to try this out. I want to see if I can do it with her. So we did 1 race or 2 races together last year, but they were the small ones. So I was like, well, if you want to do this, that'll be your Christmas gift. I bought her races for her. So
how old is she?
16.
Wow.
So it wasn't like, let's just go see a movie. You're like,
no,
let's do
we
a
go
trifecta
hard. Yeah.
Spartan
She's
race.
like a weightlifter. She like works out. So she's the fitness nerd. So I'm like, okay, let's go. And so we're going to do it.
Awesome. Congrats.
So thanks.
Yeah.
I'm excited. You can join us. It'll be fun. You
I
can
might
totally
do the small
it.
one. Yeah, we'll check it out. I'm not sure about the half marathon one. You know.
I mean, you just take your time, right? I think the first one I've only done one of the big ones, and took me 4 hours, just under. Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
So that's okay.
Yeah. It took me 3.5 to do the try. That was a lot of work on out. So yeah.
Have you ever heard of the? It's called the Tippy Try. It's out at Tippecanoe State Park.
No.
You should do that one.
Oh,
it's super fun.
I have seen that. Yeah.
Because you run, bike, and kayak instead of swim.
Oh, no way.
And it's really fun.
That'd be better swimming.
It's small, but it's really cool.
How cool. I'm going to do that.
You should check it out.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming back on the show.
Yeah,
it's good to see you.
everybody come out to All About the Girls.
Oh, again,
June
one more time.
20th, All About the Girls, June 20th at Urschel Pavilion in Valparaiso. Tickets are $50. You can get them on Eventbrite. I think Vesmar said he put the link up.
Yeah, it's in the chat too. So
awesome. So All About the Girls, search it on Facebook or search it on Eventbrite, and you will find it.
$50 tickets, all you can drink.
Yeah, $50 tickets, open bar, and some apps, and incredible speakers.
So you couldn't do that with guys. If it was $50 all you could drink, it would be a mess.
Hammered by the end of the night.
Yeah, it would be a mess.
Oh, we're classy too.
I
It's so
agree.
amazing. We've done this every year. It turns out great.
They ask
There's
you
no
back.
fighting.
See, if we
Everybody
did it
has
with
us
guys,
back.
they'd be like, please do not ever do
There were
this here
fist
again.
fights.
Right.
It got rowdy.
Right. All About the Guys is like a brawl.
Yeah. Oh, this place, you leave this event literally feeling like on cloud 11.
Really?
And you're just like, I can do anything, and so can everyone around me.
I went to All About the Men, and I didn't feel like I was on cloud 11.
No.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering from
I'm still recovering.
I know,
yeah.
right?
And
Exactly. See? You guys need
I had a
this
record
in your
after
life.
it, too, so,
Yeah.
you know.
And there will be no
All About
cops.
the Men, no fun.
See?
No
cops?
Fun.
Go to
All about the girls.
All About the
Well,
Girls.
there will be police officers in attendance because they're supporters, of course.
Of course.
But not for any negative reasons. We won't get arrested.
Jenny.
it's worth $50 just for the endless drinks.
I'm
really.
gonna.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going just for that reason.
Listen,
John. You wanna
that's
do
great.
That? Yeah.
And then you'll meet some incredible women.
Yeah.
And get to hear their story
For
while
sure.
you're drinking
Yeah.
great drinks for $50.
And we're going to be representing the manhood, you know, so we have to go there. And
I'm
like,
in.
We have to be like good representatives.
Chris is always
of our
there.
sex. Thank you,
He
Chris.
brings some of his intelligent friends
Right.
that are also
we
like,
have to.
heck yeah,
I'm
we
going to
have
only
to be
bring my
here.
smart friends too.
I love that.
Because we don't want to like.
I mean, I don't. Do
Can you imagine how
have anything but
embarrassing it
smart
is for the
friends?
male species
If we
go
brought
there?
Phil,
Act like
you know.
idiots. Yeah.
He's buttoned up now. It's fine.
He
Oh,
is.
that's right.
Oh yeah, Phil's
so
on another
conservative right
level
now.
He doesn't laugh. I had to tell him. I had to be like, Phil, you know, part of the reason why you got hired is you're a fun guy. They like your
Not anymore.
personality. That's gone.
Dude, he could crap a diamond now.
Button
He's
the extra button.
yeah, dude. He's
He
like
put it
so
on
uptight right
serious.
now. Like seriously. I agree with you, John. He got hired because of, you know,
Yeah.
he's loose and funny and he's anything but now. He's all buttoned up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do believe the South Shore team is attending All About the Girls.
Oh,
by
yeah,
the
I'm
way.
sure.
So they probably
Yeah,
are going to
they
bring him
support.
anyway.
They support.
You know.
Yeah. So
He's gonna
Jenny,
be there.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank
the show.
you.
It's good to see you again.
You too.
Appreciate
You
it.
guys have a great summer. And come to All About the Girls.
Yeah, we'll be there. It's good
Thanks.
to see you again. Thanks to Kevin Chandler for hosting us in his beautiful Smith Ersic law firm.
Spotty internet, but
Spotty internet, yeah. But he's working on
Can't have everything.
paying that bill, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jill. It's great to see you again.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you being
thanks,
here.
Jill.
See it all about the girls.
Yeah.
Jill and I are both going to get our $50 worth.
Okay.
Is this
I
like
hope
when
so.
we were going to Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
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 Okay. We're not.
I don't
coming.
have time to
We're
drink,
not
so if
coming,
you need
Jenny.
a ride later, just let me know. I'll drop you guys off at home.
And Jay Vez. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for scrambling and saving the show. And to everybody that listens regularly, we appreciate you very much. We'll be back on, what day is today?
Friday.
On Friday.
Friday.
With another show. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening to LockPod. We will see you on Friday. LockPod is out.